angels. Hello, my beautiful angels. Hello, my beautiful angels. My beautiful angels. My beautiful angels. My beautiful angels. Hello, my beautiful angels. Hello, my beautiful angels. Before we get into the actual day where I left my family, my friends, my home country, basically the life I've been used to for 16 years behind me, and go for this big adventure, I want to give you guys some tips on packing. The agencies tell you to pack for a 2-week vacation, and I say pack for more. I definitely regret not packing all of my favorite stuff. I had a lot of host presents in there, so I couldn't fit quite as much clothes in my suitcase as I wanted to. And even if you can buy lots of stuff for sure when you're in the country you'll be living for 10 months, you will not find the exact same stuff. And please don't try to adjust to the clothing style. Wear whatever you want. August the 19th, I closed the door to my room for the very last time in 10 months, sat down with my whole family. They all decided to bring me to the airport, and it was definitely such an emotional day. I held on to my sister's hand for the whole car ride to the airport, and when we were there, we just enjoyed the last hours together. It felt so weird that my suitcase was the only one we gave up, and then I just hugged them very tight. And of course I cried. I mean, I'm gonna miss them all so much. Okay, my first plane took me to Frankfurt, and it was such a full flight. Oh my goodness, there were so many business people that day. It was so crowded. I hated it. But I talked to a very nice girl on that flight. She's also doing an exchange here, so that was a very good distraction. Then I got onto the next flight, which was my 13-hour flight to Houston. Yay! I was in for the long haul, definitely. And that flight was so much less crowded. I had a lot of space on that flight, and I really felt nervous because it was my first time literally traveling alone. And I mean, you're literally leaving your whole life behind and going to an adventure that you don't know what is waiting for you. Getting into that 13-hour flight, I thought it was going to be so long and so exhausting, but I was just trying to distract myself because that's what I'm best at. The food was okay, it was not too bad. I expected worse, but I just don't like that kind of food. I don't know. And the side out of my window was cloudy that day, and for most of the parts I didn't even know where we were, so I had to do some other things to distract me. I watched some movies and I got back some sleep, which I desperately needed after waking up that early. And a very important part for me was to get kind of a fresh start. So I gave myself the time to look at pictures and letters. So, for example, my sister gave me a letter and a lot of pictures of us, and I just gave myself the time to look at them, let some tears drop. And also I read the letters my best friend gave to me. She actually and her sister woke up, I don't know which time that day, but they were in the garage waving at me when I had to leave to the airport, which was so crazy, and I love them for this. And I cried even more. So there goes that. So just I gave myself the time, and then I concentrated on what was coming because I was finally landing in Houston, and now I'm gonna blend in the time that would be in Germany, and it was in Houston. It took me literally an hour to get out of the airport because of immigration. I just freshened up at the bathrooms, and then it was time for me to finally step out of that airport and face my new life. Oh my gosh, that's so dramatic to say. Meeting my host parents for the first time, of course, was a little bit anxious, but you gotta keep that thought in the back of your mind that they want to meet you as well, and they've been preparing for that. And as soon as you get into talking, we went out for dinner. Everything just gets super relaxed. So let's just take an insight on the first month of me being here in Texas. My neighborhood is called Bridgeland, and it is all planned out. So we have a lot of nice parks, rivers, lakes. It just seems a little bit fake, but that's just me. I love being out in nature, and I love going for long walks at the sunset. It's so pretty. We have a lot of gated communities around my neighborhood, and I've been experiencing that it is hard for me to go any places because I cannot drive. I can legally not drive, and also I don't have a car, so I'm very dependent. Well, just that's an experience you gotta get. We Germans love thrifting, and I'm planning on going there multiple times in the future. So when you look at my street, there are a lot of houses there, and there are just some village shops. So I literally have to get a lift every time I'm going to a friend's house, or if we just wanna, I don't know, just go out for dinner. I cannot go anywhere by myself, anywhere far. This is a pool that's pretty close to my home, which is cool. It's already closed now. It closed in September, but we all still have the Gulf Coast, right? I mean, it's not the prettiest, to be honest. That was Galveston, but I'm still a sucker for beach. I just love just the fact that it's the ocean, right? Let's take a look at what my life here looks like right now. I'm gonna give you much more information, of course, but that was basically the first weeks of not having school. Ellie and Nala are the cutest, and as annoying and needy they are sometimes, it's so nice to have them around and just have someone to talk to that doesn't answer. Food is a must have here. I love making my breakfast in the morning for some reason. We've been out to Cheesecake Factory. I have coffee literally every single day, and you can get so much good fast food here, and I don't want to complain. I'm just gonna eat. I don't care about my weight right now. I mean, you gotta get the experience. For the weekend, we normally go out for dinner and sometimes lunch as well. And there are a lot of good places. I've been to a lot of places here. My favorites are Torchy's Tacos, Mod Pizza, and Chick-fil-A. So I can go to these places all the time, which is so nice. What I've been doing the first weeks of my quarantine was a lot of journaling. I watched a lot of TV. I mean, they have good channels here, right? Not as in Germany. And also, I've been doing treadmill and a lot of workouts, which I'm so proud for. And of course, some editing, but mostly just getting used to everything. Some of my highlights here, we've been to the pool of a family member, we've been to Houston, and just enjoying life.